Hi, I'm Ellen McCauley, and this week's Pray It Off session is the third week. And why are we starting with Start Your Diet? We're going to talk about that because last week we talked about how sometimes just the mere thought of deprivation makes us run to the bag of chips. Just beginning to start to think about not having a Snickers, it becomes huge in your mind until you go Snickers, 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 Snickers. I'm trying to talk this week especially about how we need to lose that drive. Are we eating to live or are we living to eat? We're busy. Everybody's busy. Now there's some people who are going to say, no, I'm not, Ellen, I eat because I'm bored. We'll talk about that too. But right now we're going to talk about being busy. Busy, busy, busy. You're working a lot. Those of you who are working at a job are doing it 40 or so hours a week. You know, my husband works at commercial insulation. He's very busy. He's going walking. He's doing lift work. He's doing all kinds of activities. But it's a non-aerobic. You know, he's even trying, like he didn't use the snow blower. He went out and shoveled. We have a big driveway. And he went out and shoveled it very quickly to try to build up. Now, I don't recommend that for everybody. Don't see your doctor. Don't say, Ellen told me to shovel, call 911. You know, I don't want that to happen. What I want you to do, though, is try to get that heart rate up somehow. So whether you love your job, whether you hate your job, is your job getting in the way of a healthy lifestyle? Are you... The night before, here's what we do. The night before, our lunches are made for the next day. Our breakfast is already delineated for the next day. We already know what we're having for dinner the day before. When you get in trouble is when your alarm doesn't go off or you're saying, well, I'll just grab something at work. I'll go to the cafeteria. I have worked at the same company now since May of 2010, and I've never eaten at work. I've always brought my lunch. I've never bought anything. I'm a cheapskate, number one, broke, number two. And number three, that's how you get extra calories. Also, if you are stressed out by your job, we need to look at the big picture. We're all going to be dead. I love that one. I always say, I could be dead or I could be at this job. Okay, this job isn't that bad. If you use that as your thought process, it really puts things in perspective. You know, today is the 58th birthday of my best friend, Karen Burnham, all through high school, Karen Burnham Aldridge. She died from invasive breast cancer. She had a beautiful retirement package. She had a gorgeous home. She had a beautiful life. She's gone. And I did the eulogy at her funeral, and I know she's with me every day, wanting me to be healthy, wanting me to live the life that she didn't have the privilege of living. That puts things in perspective. Not the job. The job does not define us. The job is not who we are. Who we are is when we stand before Christ and He says, you know, you really did a good job of processing those accounts receivables at work. I think He might say, you did what you had to do and you did it the best you could. If your job is making you stressed, we need to turn to God and ask Him to help us. And believe me, I do it every single day. Family life. I always say, you know, family's awesome, but family can really do a number on a weight loss plan. It takes years. It took me years to get my mother wrapped around the fact that I'm part of a weight loss plan. She's there. She's bought into it. But that can be deadly. If you have family traditions where every Friday you have pizza and it's staying in the way of your weight loss plan, or if you have kids and you say, I have to have chips and ice cream for my kids, now take a good look at your kids. Are they a little chunky? Everyone in our family was fat. All of us. It wasn't like the kids were thin and the parents were chunky. It was the lifestyle we led. And now we're trying to change that lifestyle. We need, and you know what, one of the things that Vincent and I, he's our 16-year-old son, I'll say, hey, you want to go for a walk? Boy, you know, they're tied to those iPhones. They're tied to the texting. We're out for a walk. He's telling me about his day, and we're yakking it up and yucking it up. He doesn't need a walk. He's in good shape. I need a walk. But it's a good way to do something with your kids. Also, what you need to say to yourself is, I'm amazed at some of the food choices, and we're on a weight loss plan. And I think that we're also going out to eat way too much as a treat. If every weekend part of your routine is to go out to eat, maybe you need to say, well, I can eat a healthy meal, or if you can't, maybe go bowling, go dancing, go take a walk on the canal. We can change our routines. We can change ourselves. So simple changes. You know, there's people who say, I'm going to go to the gym for 2 hours a day, and then you don't, and then you never go again. I'm not going to have people raise their hands who have gym memberships and don't go, but I think there might be a couple in the room. Simple changes. You say, you know what, I don't want to give up my beer, but I'm only going to have beer on a Friday night. I'm not going to have beer on Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Also, this has got to be for a lifetime. People say, well, I can make a 6-month commitment, but how come those other people are still here? That's what people said. Why are they still here? We're still here because we realized that light bulb went off. It's not something we can do in 6 months, a year. It's something we have to work at the rest of our lives. And I will tell you, as God is my witness in Holy Family Basement, if I was not a member of this group, I would start, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but I would start putting the weight back on, because I'm never going to be fully cured of my bad habits. I can work on them, I can try, I can turn to God. I always say, why do we keep going to confession? Because we keep sinning. I don't think there's one person who said, I stopped going to confession because I never sinned again. I haven't met anybody. I know some people who don't go, but they didn't say they don't sin anymore. We're always going to have some zigs or zags. All right, Bob, we're going to stop right there. And